All right, here we go. First drive in the new Cadillac CT5-V Blackwing with the precision package on the streets. I'm curious, are we going to feel any difference when it comes to the chassis, the stiffness on these roads? Right now, we are in touring mode. This should be the most comfortable mode for the vehicle. This is such a fun car, and the steering response, it feels really good. I can't get over those pops. Those pops are so much fun to listen to. Let's get on power right here. Wow. So much torque, so much torque. Let's hit the V mode button, turn on the loud exhaust valves. Oh my gosh. It just, even in V mode, with the stiffest suspension settings, well, no, we're in sport suspension. Let's go on track suspension settings on the street. This is stiffer? It's weird. It's really weird because on the track it feels night and day. Night and day. But on the street, okay, maybe it's not as plush. I feel a bit more firm in the seat behind the wheel. I do. Altogether though, it's not too much. Yes, it tightens up. It tightens up definitely in track mode. If I went out of track mode, I'm starting to feel it's gotten a bit softer. The Magna Ride really allows you to get those extra performance enhancements with those stiffer spring rates while minimizing the detriments, because it's adapting actively within each piece of rock or just dip on the road. Basically the whole entire road, whenever the tires are spinning on it and the suspension's taking in all that force, it's adapting instantly within each millisecond. So driving, I mean, the vehicle is very approachable for daily driving. You can definitely drive this a lot without feeling it's too stiff. Well, you know what? Take my opinion with a grain of salt, because I'm in all these super stiff track cars and in race vehicles. Trust me, cars can become hard to deal with. This is nice. This is not too much. Just feels more track focused in here. It kind of reminds me of when I got into like a GT350R Mustang versus GT350. It just feels like it's tuned more so for taking corners faster, giving you more instantaneous feedback because there's less chassis or body roll. The magnetic ride is tuned very well, so even in V mode right now, I mean, it's very controlled and it's not too stiff at speeding you up. I feel comfortable in here, and I think the detriments are pretty negligible. I would equate this, maybe it feels, for normal city driving, if I go back to the standard mode, it probably feels 20% stiffer if I were to name off the top of my head. Let me go back into V mode, and I prefer when vehicles stiffen up like this, because it makes everything feel a bit more sharp. It makes the rear end feel more planted. Listening to those pops, just look at that. On power and letting off, it's just popping and popping and popping. I wish I could show you more from an exterior perspective of it popping away. It just sounds glorious when it does those pops. You can even hear supercharger whine, luckily, in this car. So it's just got a ton of character. You can't find many vehicles like this anymore. You can fit 4 people in this car, have the best comfort and the classiness you're looking for out of a Cadillac. They're a leader in the space. But then get the performance of a muscle car. It's really cool. A muscle car that can actually corner. The steering feel, it does feel very precise. I can't tell too much of a difference on the public streets because we're not driving on the Cup 2R version. The Cup 2R equipped vehicle is going to feel much quicker when it comes to putting in steering input, because those tires grab much faster onto the road. On this display, it just feels next generation. Let's roll on these windows, just listen to that rev matching. You guys ready? So instantaneous. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. real quickly before we continue this video, if you own a Cadillac V-Series or another car that's special to you, well, we can now help you protect it. The latest branch of the Speed Phenom channel has been created. Speed Phenom Film is your go-to paint protection film, tinting, and ceramic coating studio here in Southern California. This whole PPF studio was started to serve all of our followers here on the channel and get them ready to drive their car on the street or on the racetrack. So reach out. You will find our information in the description down below. If you need your car protected before you hit the streets, please send us an email or give us a call. You won't find better prices around because this company was started to serve all of you, our supporters for the Speed Phenom YouTube channel. You really can stay in high gears. There's no need to truly downshift. Gosh. So the transmission in this car is based off a Tremec 6060. I can definitely see you driving this on a rally to Cars and Coffee and then deciding, hey, let's go to a track day. And I think that's the glory of it. The team kept saying it's an and car. Yes, take to the track. Obviously, every car has its problems for sure. I would say this is very optimized for the track. It feels fun and quick. But you can get a little bit of understeer or push because it's not a two-door lightweight Miata or sports car. So you're going to have a little bit of that still always sitting there. You always be aware that you're in a bigger vehicle for sure. Does that take anything away from it? Not in my opinion. This is an expensive car and we should expect a lot out of it. All I can tell you is that when I got off the track, I was stoked. I was in shock with how much fun I was having. That is what matters. So I get in every one of these cars with a different mindset. Obviously, if I got into a C7 Corvette or a C8 Corvette, different vehicles, I would judge it according to what it is. And for what this is, it's actually kind of exiting the sphere. I feel like if you're getting a car like this, you gotta get the manual. If you're truly chasing lap times though, you're gonna be quicker in the automatic. Not shifting though. Don't shift manually in the automatic. You're gonna have some problems, I think, because it's not a dual clutch. So when you go to shift and you're trying to wait till you get to the red line, it might bang off the limiter and then go into the next gear. With automatic, it knows precisely when to shift and to keep that momentum going throughout each gear change. So I think automatic works great. You have all the displays you really can ask for all around you right now to monitor tire conditions, coolant, engine, even more track performance settings. It's important to have all that data in front of you. It makes you feel like you got your own race crew, right? Full race data, logic all around you. You basically do after you get off the track because that PDR system will coach you and tell you how you can improve based on each lap time within the car. That technology, that integration is fantastic. If I were to summarize what you're getting out of this vehicle, it's all about the technology and the integration that you have. With this massive display, the next gen version of PDR, alongside with the chassis tuning and the magnetic ride upgrades for taking on Cup 2Rs and stiffer suspension settings, it allows for the vehicle to be more firm, be more confident, and that's what you're looking for behind the wheel. You don't want to get behind some of these cars where they feel, well, the performance is so high, I don't feel like I can get towards it. It may be super fast in another person's hands, but it's not something I can replicate. With this car, I feel like the performance is approachable. It's not as extreme as it could be. I asked some of the engineers, like, okay, since you've tuned this vehicle to be able to take on normal Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tires and Cup 2Rs, how does that work when it comes to changing them? Can you optimize the settings for the performance traction management, the traction control systems, and more? Basically, they told me there is no specific setting you change. In my McLaren, I can get in the car and select I'm driving on winter tires or Trofeo Rs. It works really good, and for that kind of clientele, it makes a lot of sense. They explained to me the reason why they did not go down that route is because they feel a lot of people won't know how to do that. They want to be ready to go if, let's say, your wife gets in the car or another family member, anyone, and it's selected on the wrong tire. If you have Cup 2R selected and it loosens the traction control systems up, for example, they can get into trouble. By having the vehicle be tuned to be in a middle ground bandwidth between PS4s and Cup 2Rs within like Tour mode and the standard modes, it really helps to make the package easier to live with, apparently. I would have preferred if they had the feature you can choose, because you would have gotten even more performance out of the vehicle. And I asked the team, that's what they told me. You could have pushed all the electronics systems even more, a little bit, if you tune specifically for Cup 2Rs. Anyways, that's a little bit of a nitpick. Average MPG right now is 12.2. That's not that good. So since this is a manual, you don't have the Super Cruise feature. The front top part of the steering wheel is going to be finished in leather with the racing 12 o'clock mark, and you have the V mode button right here with the PTM settings in the steering wheel. This is unique for the manual car. The automatic one will not give you this PTM setting indicator right here on the steering wheel, which I prefer this. This is very exotic like. Well, there you have it. That's the Cadillac CT5-V Blackwing Precision Package. Yes, when it comes to the track, it's all about precision. Precision is the name of the game, because with precision, you can optimize your lap times. And if that's what you want to do, optimize your lap time, then I would say consider this package. It makes the whole car feel more sure footage for sure. However, it's a lot of money, and with everything, there is a risk and a reward. So let me know in the comments section, do you think it's worth the extra price when you're putting on these carbon ceramic brakes and all the upgraded features you're getting out of it?